Hello and greetings from the Bards on the margins. We welcome you to our first campaign, where we're not here only to play D&D, but also to create an animated series. That's right, the session you are viewing now will be turned into an episode of our show, Rat and the Broken Chalice. So join us in chat, subscribe and follow, support us in this exciting and ambitious journey to create this spectacle for you. Of course, no D&D campaign or animation can create itself, so let me introduce you to our cast. Firstly, your adventure will be led by our two DMs. Of course, there is me, your host and narrator. Hello, that's me. And also joining me in the DM seat are the dice, those little geometric pieces of acrylic that rule over us all. I may describe the scene, the players may act out the action, but it is the dice that will tell the story. Now, on the other side of the table, joining us is our players and production staff. So I'm going to hand the reins over first to Father.
Hello, I'm Jordan, and I play Dealia, a halfling rogue that's well, I think she likes to get people more out of trouble than she gets to get on average. For myself, I'm the executive producer in charge of all this mess. Not a mess. Hopefully, it'll become a great show once we get it there. But a lot of what needs to be done in the meantime, which is where our viewer can help out in making this all come together.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, we have Ray.
So, I am Ray. I am an artist and animator for Bards, and I am playing Emily. She is an elven sorcerer with many secrets up her sleeve that she does not have.
I see what you did there. Up the secrets up the sleeve. And last but not least, we have James.
How's it going, everybody? This is my first time on the stream here. I'm James. I play Zikos. He is a tiefling barbarian, or a tiefling barbarian. And he is I'm the music composer for the series. And my character Zikos, he's a tiefling barbarian. He has a huge temper. He's a hothead. He thinks he always plunges headfirst into battle, and because he also has a bit of a superiority complex, as it were. And yeah.
All of those lovable barbarian traits.
Oh yeah.
Barbarian cruiser.
So, because we have some new faces today, and also are missing some old faces, I want to say, first of all, I greatly enjoyed having Sarah, Bradley with us, and I wish them the best in whatever they're to do. But Arlen's opinion may be a little bit different. So I just want to say Arlen's opinions of the characters are unrelated to anything else. I'm moving over the Naia and Eridol into the sort of NPC category because I feel they've done enough that they're kind of a part of the world now, right? They've interacted and formed relationships, and so they're just going to continue to exist as NPCs. And also, just to keep James up to date, and also just remind everyone, I want to go through a brief little recap of the story thus far, along with a few retcons to just kind of smooth out the narrative. So, we have our story began with a bark from upstairs. No, our story began with a few humble soldiers of the military company known as the Yatagarasu, Eridol, Emily, and Dimble were sent out on a mission to retrieve a scroll from some bandits near the border of the countries of Uikia and Sinless. The 3 soldiers were joined by Cat Squad, who were to act as a diversion. They were also joined by Mar, the Yatagarasu's resident bard, who would document the mission for the military group's leader, Arland. Zikos, who is played by James, at this time of the story, you would be working under the command of Cat Squad. So you would have been a part of the distraction team during this mission. So during the mission to retrieve the scroll, the party picked up a seemingly lone child by the name of Dialia. With the scroll and Dialia in tow, the party and Cat Squad returned to base. And upon completing the mission, the team was promoted to the newly named Rat Squad, all except for Emily, who tried to ransom the scroll to her commanding officer. The party also discovered that Dialia is not a child. She's just a small little halfling who's also a soldier of Uikia, though she works under the command of a Captain Clover, a different officer in the military. In our second session, the Yatagarasu returned to the city, where Dialia was promptly arrested for assaulting an officer, something she did in the previous session. And upon discovering that the scroll obtained in the first session had druidic writings on it, in an attempt to curry favor, Arland convinced Captain Clover that Eridol of Rat Squad, who had a vaguely druidic background, could unlock the secrets of the scroll. Dialia was also taken out of the hands of Captain Clover and given to Arland, who then promptly offloaded the burden onto Rat Squad, before the Yatagarasu embarked on their second mission to repair the abandoned Fort Brakvater. On their journey over, the Rat Squad found that the scroll was magically sealed with the druidic text for evening, and upon discovering that the scroll could be opened during the evening, they were able to open it and discover a fist-sized writhing mass of flesh and bone that fell out, and everyone quickly decided it should be resealed and never mentioned again. On their way to Fort Brakvater, the Yatagarasu came across what was supposed to be a small hamlet, but instead turned out to be a massive metropolis, ever incessantly being built upon itself. The Yatagarasu entered the city to find out what was going on, and almost immediately found themselves trapped in its labyrinthian halls. Here, the party met Naia, a gnome who had also found herself trapped in the city. Naia and the party were soon assaulted by an undead ghoul, and subsequently swarmed by an entire city of undead, of which they chased them deeper into the depths of the city. During this chase, Dimble lost his footing, and no attempt was made to save him as the party continued to run away. I wish that was more of a retcon than it actually is. That's exactly what happened. I just moved the location.
Yeah, pretty much.
Poor Dimble. He deserved nicer teammates. Eventually, the party found that the undead wouldn't attack within a catacomb that was located at the bottom of the city. And so they made their way deeper into the catacombs, where they came across a lich, the lich that had caused this whole mess. As it turns out, the lich did not mean to create an unstoppable army of the undead, but rather was just still learning about her powers, and things just got out of hand. As they do. You know, when you're a lich, it's easy for things, when they go out of hand, they go out of hand. But the party were able to make apprehensive companionship with the lich, who was able to tell them that the writhing mass of flesh in the scroll was somehow divine. And then the party traded the Yatagarasu's freedom in exchange for a few live rabbits. Pretty good deal for them, and everyone was able to make it out. Well, mostly everyone. A couple dozen or so lives were lost along the way. Eternally grateful to Rat Squad for bargaining their freedom, Dialia and Emily were promoted to official Rat Squad members, and Eridol was given a raise. Arland also allowed for Naia to remain with the Yatagarasu for the time being. In Session 3, the Yatagarasu finally arrived at Fort Brakvater, where they were dismayed to discover it was already preoccupied by sinless soldiers. A quick reminder, sinless is the name of the major neighboring country. Convinced that this dilemma was an artifact of poor map maintenance, the Yatagarasu were invited into the fort while the commanders sorted out the details. Emily made some friends, Draxto of Cat Squad got out of his comfort zone, and then a messenger arrived to officially declare that war has been pronounced between the kingdoms of Yuikia and Sinless, totally just ruining the vibe. You know,
Yeah, everything
everything was going great.
until the war
It's
started.
both battalions deciding that an incoming flood was more important to deal with than the war. Everyone chose to evacuate to higher ground, though the fort was never designed for 2 companies of soldiers, and so some were swallowed by the flood before they could reach high ground, half of Cat Squad included. The loss of friends and allies caused tensions between the 2 armies, though Rat Squad, Arland, and Emily's new friends in the Sinless army were able to defuse the situation. Arland chose to relent the fort to the enemy in exchange for them letting the Yatagarasu leave without combat. And that should lead us right up to currently, with the Yatagarasu exiting the canyon of the fort. As you finally exit the canyon, Arland turns to his company. Alright everyone, Sinless should be more occupied keeping the fort secure, so I want to take some time to see if we can collect the rest of Cat Squad. If everyone can spread out and do a sweep of the area, hopefully this shouldn't take too long. And so I'd like to start off with everyone rolling an investigation check.
Ooh.
I mean, yes, but it's not a role you want to win, is it? Okay.
Well, you didn't win.
17.
Wow.
So which one do I have to roll for that on my character sheet?
So under the skills page, you can just click and drag the investigation,
Right.
like under the total.
Yes. Investigation. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
You have to drag it into the chat panel.
Into the chat box.
I remember that.
8. Okay. So Dialia and Zico start. Well, Dialia is so short. She can barely see above the bushes. So she's not doing too great of a job. And Zico's, too busy mourning over the loss of his commanding officers or the disappearance.
He still hasn't calmed down from his raging.
At the very, yeah, he's really angry. I feel like Zico, he was one of the people involved in like the fighting going on, that like when the situation needed to be diffused. I feel like Zico is the type of person who was up for combat. But Emily, you're going through the forest. You try scanning the area for any hints of someone who's gone by, but any attempts at traditional tracking have been made totally mute, as the forested area has been ravaged by the flood that had just recently gone by. Fallen trees and shorn branches are found everywhere. You're almost about to give in to the futility of it all when you feel a drop of water land on your nose. The sudden irritant causes you to swipe at your nose, and when you pull your hand back, it's red. What do you do?
I slowly look up.
Hung up high in the trees, nearly at the canopy, tied in a jumbled mesh of leaves and twigs and vines and grimy dirt clumps, is the still mangled corpse of Draxto, his limbs twisted and crushed at every odd angle. Too stunned by the sight, you're unable to avoid another few dribbles of blood that squeeze themselves past the mud and wood and splash on your cheeks. So far, everyone around you still has their heads down, scanning the ground or under bushes for a friendly face. When wincing in the aches of a rough washing. What do you do with your newfound knowledge?
Kind of just pause in like almost shock as I continue to stare up before I just. Arland? Arland?
What? Did you find him? Did you find him? What is it?
Look up for once, for God's sake.
Arland slowly looks up as well. Um. Okay. To be fair, shouldn't have really hoped for anything better. Can we have some people to help get him down? We can at least recover the body, bring it back to any family. Okay. God, anyone want to volunteer? No. All right. Arland rolls up his sleeves and
Are we actually there, by the way? I guess we came over.
yeah, Arland sort of kind of you can call off the search. Call off the search, everyone. We found Druxto. Did anyone find Kale? Looks around and no one has. But I mean, we don't have all the time in the world to search, and I feel we have a pretty good idea of what Kale probably looks like as well. So, oh God, this is all right. Arland gathers a group of sort of, strong, athletic individuals to kind of get up and collect the body of Draxto. They drape over a cloth over his body to keep it hidden. Makeshift sort of gurney set up.
When the alligator walked into the area and sees Draxo, she just turns around and walks back out.
Just no comment at all. Zitos, can you help carry the gurney back to town?
Making me carry my own dead teammate back? Are you sick or something?
Look, none of us are happy about this. Okay, but I mean, if you really can't do it, I can get someone else. But just you're one of our most physically capable individuals. You'll handle the march better than anyone else.
No, fine, I'll do it. Besides, I don't think any of you are even deserving enough to carry his body anyways. You didn't even know him like I did.
Okay. I mean, I definitely knew him longer than you did, but you're grieving. We're all grieving. I understand. So, everyone.
Wait, I kind of got quite confused. Wait, is someone from Cat Squad, eh?
Yes, it is. This is your
Okay.
one of your commanders. You did know this person. You did know.
Yeah,
them.
that's what I figured. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Just Arland is, the commander of the whole company, so he's
Yeah,
also quite familiar with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the company kind of slowly make their way back, and desperate for warm lodgings after the arduous past 30 hours, right? The company pushes their march a few hours into the darkness so you can make it to the nearest town and rest at an actual inn. The logistics of housing all 78 remaining members in this small town does take some time, and there is an opportunity here for people to do or say anything before we all close in for the night. So I'm handing it over to you if there's anything you want to do or say. Sort of currently Eridol and Naia. I mean, Eridol is kind of totally just shut himself down. He's kind of found a little corner, kind of huddled up a little bit tight, finding comfort in the blankness of his little wooden mask that he's hiding. And Naia, she's just like, it was my fault. I was there. I could have helped them up, but I thought Emily needed the help more. I left them there. I where were you, Dialia? Where?
We got up on the rope. We got up on the rope ladder before everyone. Everyone was staying on the ground debating. But they say a giant wave of water is coming through, and if you're at the bottom of a canyon, you don't stick around.
I know that. I out of anyone here know that. Okay? I know how dangerous floods can be. I know what they can take away. They're strong, right? They're Cat Squad. They're like the Bruiser team. I just thought they could make it up on their own.
People are more fragile than you may think.
Yeah. I guess we're all fragile, aren't we?
At the end of the day, yes.
So, other than that, does everyone just go to sleep for the night?
Yeah.
The other is going to stay up for a bit. Just watching the campfire.
Okay. So, while she does that, Zikos goes to sleep in, at the least, a very comfortable bed. The one solace in this whole endeavor. And Emily as well, I'm assuming.
How close am I to Dialia?
That's up to you. Currently, Dialia is kind of like off by a nearby campfire that's been set up, watching some sticks just crackle away in the light.
I'm gonna approach her. The dog mean a lot to you?
George, yeah, he's like family.
Been around for a very long time, I'm assuming.
No, I kind of found him when I came to the army. He wasn't really suited for being a war dog, so I sort of convinced the handlers that he'd probably be better off with us. Yeah, he's good to have around.
I've noticed you often use him as a riding dog.
Yeah, like George is going to be beside her, I guess, if she's sort of sitting down next to him, kind of scratching him by the neck while she's staring into the fire. Yeah, it's nice to have a pet. I never had pets at the orphanage. It's you know, too busy, too much work to do. Take care of animals.
I mean, you have all the caretakers in the orphanage. They got their hands full of children already.
Yeah, you could say that. Their hands were definitely full.
Can I have my rope back?
Yeah, okay. Rummages through the saddlebags and pulls out a rope and throws some more and comes out with two huge bundle. Well, huge for her. Everything huge for her. Bundles of rope. I kind of have, I guess, one was Eridol's and here have this and she puts the other one on the side. And I guess the other one I'll get back to Eridol.
Given what happened, I won't pester you about the fact that you decided to save a dog. Especially given that you said that it was family. And to extent I can empathize, and I agree.
It's what I thought was the best at the time. I mean, I didn't think Cat Squad would stand around. I knew I had to get out of there. Everyone had to get out of there.
Not like we can see into the future. You did what you had to do to save yourself and your family.
I did. I guess. I mean, there's lots of things that could have done. I could have gone differently there.
Of course.
The whole dog faces there could have warned us that we were in the middle of a flooding canyon.
Especially earlier.
Catstar could have followed us up on the ladder. They could have gotten out more quickly as well. And sure, I got the ropes and I got George. I didn't realize it would be a sacrifice.
I wouldn't call it a sacrifice. Me, Naia, Cat Squad, we all picked our poisons. We just weren't fast enough, some of us.
Well, things could have been different.
A lot of things could be different in lives.
I could have convinced them to let us up on the ramps to get out. And then I wouldn't have the ropes. I wouldn't have looked at Kale's face when I missed him. Yeah.
I don't know how old you are, and I won't pretend to treat you like a little girl, because I know that you won't.
That's a good idea.
Just something I picked up along the way. But I will tell you that there will always be things that we regret and wish that we could have done instead. People we wish to save, people we wish we didn't. Try not to think about it or dwell on it too much. We're in the military, after all.
Okay, frankly, I don't give a damn about this war. I'd be quite happy to sit here and just watch all the world burn. At least then, I wouldn't have to see Kale's face all the time.
Perhaps.
I'm going to bed. And she just gets up and leaves.
Sleep well.
She doesn't drive.
It's fine. I will give Scraps a few scritches before also heading to bed.
Can you roll for scritching satisfaction?
Sure. A natural 20.
Scrap loves it. It's a really happy rat. He's like kind of like drooling onto your hand as you like scritch under his chin.
So is this like a Sylvester thing? If you do it wrong, your hand gets ripped apart?
Yeah. If you don't scritch him the right way, Scott gets very aggressive. But the reason why he stays with Emily is she knows the right.
Look at those scritches.
Look at that. Yeah. So everyone goes to sleep for the night. And as you wake up, I think I'm just gonna go down the line through each of you, and I want to just know. Well, first of all, like, how wakeful are you? And are you a morning person? Or are you like super groggy? What's sort of like your morning routine coming up today? And I'll start with Ray.
She wakes up. I imagine Emily stays in bed for like another 5 minutes before she like checks to see where Scraps is to make sure he didn't run off in the middle of the night, which he doesn't because he's my rat. um, and then she would probably stay in bed until she's
Forced out.
like yeah, she's fully awake. She's just being an asshole.
Okay. Zikos?
So Ecos is not a morning person. He only went to bed early-ish last night because of his grief and his a really bad time that he had. The his comrades in Cat Squad getting wiped out. But generally, he's not a morning person. He knows, despite his grief at the moment, generally he knows that he's an asset to the team. So he'll sleep for as long as he wants, and nobody will bother him. The only ones who can ever even attempt to get him up out of a stupor is his commanding officers. So yeah, so I guess that's how he is.
Okay. Very slothful group. Dialia?
Well, what is the morning call?
At
Is it a beagle player at dawn or?
I mean, currently you're in like a local town, who is very generously lent a lot of their rooms to the military. So, no, they're just gonna go and like knock at the door. They're not gonna do a bugle call in the middle of town and wake all of the people who are going about their normal days.
Well, at the knock, Dialy is up and actually is like makes her bed and kind of looks around at everyone.
So, as you go and look around everyone, you know, your head kind of just scans around at Emily awake and still in bed, Naia awake and still in bed. Zikos is there. You don't really know Zikos yet, but he's also in the room and he's awake and still in bed. And Eridol bed is completely, perfectly set together as if no one had ever slept in it, and all of his stuff is gone.
Although look at the bed more closely, doesn't look like he's been. Is there anything left of his stuff?
Uh, you know, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because it's just you can tell at a glance. No, it's all gone. There's nothing. There's no backpack. There's no food rations or equipment or dirty clothes or anything. And the bed has been not as neat as last night when like you first saw the bed, but it has been clean and put together.
Okay, so I'll call him. Anyone see Eridol? Anyone see Eridol leave?
Negative.
Naya sort of shakes her head as well. She's like, "No, I didn't. Last I saw, he was sleeping in that bed with the rest of, or doing his elf thing."
I'll look down, I guess, we're in a boarding house, a bar, or something.
Yeah, you're just in kind of one of like the farmers' barns on the.
I guess I'll go see if he's at breakfast. Last I saw, he wasn't very quick to get up either. So I'll go to whatever they have set up for a canteen.
Yeah, so they have kind of like just an open breakfast system set up in like in the middle of the town square, sort of outside. Some like the local tavern has kind of moved itself out to kind of help people, but it's a mix of soldier rations as well. This town isn't really designed for this amount of people, so they're doing their best, but there's kind of a lot of people just sort of sitting around on the side of the street with kind of bowls around their hand, and at least at a cursory glance, you don't see, his typical, brown cloak and mask.
Um, was it Naima?
Naya,
No, the Dragonborn. Was it Dragonborn? There was another.
who, what
I want to say a
squad?
member of Serpent Squad. Yeah,
Snake Squad.
Snake Squad.
Snake Squad. You have Hema. She's a tiefling.
Okay. Is she around?
Yeah, she's around. She's recovered from her limp that she had not too long ago. She's hanging out with the rest of Cat Squad as well. Let me just quickly pull that up. Um, so she's with Katari, which you met last time as well, who's an elf, and also with them is another human cleric in like I mean, it's not a white robe, right? It's more of like a dusty gray brown robe at this point, but uh, clearly a cleric, human cleric, who you recognize as Laurel.
Um, anyone see Eridol around?
Aaron? No, I haven't seen him. Why?
Well, he's not, he wasn't with us at the shed.
Well, I mean, like, he's an elf, right? Does his sort of like meditate, not sleep thing. Maybe something got him out of his zone, and he went to check it out. Of I don't know, hanging around like the outskirts of town or something. Does he do foraging? I know some elves are into that.
I guess he did say he knew something about being a druid. They like trees and stuff. But I look around. Is there a forest or something around the town?
Yeah. It's the town is by I mean, is in an open field, but there's sort of like a forest off to the side. Though from your memory, uh, Eridol, from all the previous nights you spent, has not had this issue. Um, and from what you remember of Eridol, although he had a druidic background, he himself was not very druid. He didn't practice
No,
the teachings very much.
that's what I say. Some druidness. No, I'm not going to go and actually investigate the forest, but I will take kind of a look over the edge of the town and we'll see if he's around. I'll take George with me as well.
Okay. You know what? I roll an investigation check, and because you have your dog, hunter dog,
Oh,
with you, I'll give you an exploding inspiration to go with it.
that's, I think, generous and you're giving
George way more
George too
credibility.
much credit. So,
Wow.
what do I have? Oh, I'm actually proficient in
Jeez, that was without your.
I want,
Okay.
we're doing the D4. Here we go.
All right. So 23. Okay, 25. Um. So you can actually see out in the distance that there is kind of um like a break in the forest wall of kind of a some creature, roughly Eridol sized. It actually narrows it down quite a bit. Rat Squad is pretty much the only one that has members that short in the Yatagarasu, and the town itself is almost entirely human. So either a large animal or one of Rat Squad.
One of the things is we kind of got busy, got sort of marching things going into sort of crazy towns, but the large animals and stuff being around the forest is kind of a normal thing to begin with. Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it in this area? Are we in a remote?
Yeah, you're still pretty remote. Just to, because I don't think James knows, and I'm sure the rest of you probably haven't been paying too much attention. But you're currently southwest of Uikia, near the border to Sinless,
Okay.
which is rural Uikia. Um, I'm going to pull up the map on the screen just for everyone very quickly. Uh, Come on. There you go. I will share this with everyone, so you should see the whole map. This is the world of Vilea. So Uikia is the country in the very far right, and like many ancient civilizations, commerce and population is very much tied to sea travel. And so it is a very um, eastern and specifically northeastern dense. So you are currently southwest, the furthest away from the majority of the country, and so very rural.
Southeast though, are we towards the ocean?
You started off southeast, but to get to Fort Brakvater, you journeyed west.
Oh, we traveled across the country.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize we had done that. Fine. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to go into the forest itself, but I will check out the suspiciously Eridol
Shape.
in the ground.
There's just like this human shaped silhouette where like all the bushes kind of peel off to the side. Yeah, across closer inspection, you see that it kind of it is consistent to a bipedal creature. It's not a long, thin being. It's a stout, wide. No offense, Eridol. You're lovely shape. There's nothing wrong with your body shape. But you're not like a four-legged deer or something. Actually, a deer would be way taller than an Eridol-shaped hole. I'm not sure if you're fully aware of this, James, or Zikos, I guess. Which just for Dialia and Emily, Zikos is 6'5", if I'm remembering correctly.
Wow, he's more than double my height.
The majority of Rat Squad are astonishingly short. Dialia, you're 2'8". Okay, you're 2'11". Naia, I believe, was like 3'2"
3'2", yeah.
or something. Eridol himself, I believe he was like 3'4".
Oh, he was one of the taller ones at 4.5 feet.
Oh, 4.5 feet. Sorry, he was giant. Emily is a normal organism. At 5'5", was that? If I remember correctly.
5'5".
Yeah, 5'5". So yeah, Zikos, you definitely like in the lodgings where everyone was sleeping. You had all these like tiny little people, perfectly huddled in their little beds, and Zikos just like this giant leg dangling off the end.
I was gonna say he probably couldn't even fit into the bed, probably.
Definitely
So
not. He has such a crook in his neck. That's why he didn't get up out of bed. He's just like, oh.
that, yeah, that's partially why he's extra mad. So,
That's why he's always cranky in the morning.
oh yeah, always.
Um,
And just to let you guys know, just off topic, if I have to look this way a lot for whatever you're doing, just because I've had to find an idiot. I had to find a way to charge my phone while still doing this because I looked. I'm like, oh crap! I forgot to charge my phone before we did this. Oh, if I keep looking over here at the on the screen, then that's what I'm doing.
um, But yeah, so Eridol is quite short. Unfortunately, Delia, you are very unfamiliar with what typical wildlife of the area is, and so can't. You're not sure if there's another creature like this, but the shape holds up.
Okay, well, anyway, it's certainly not safe enough to go into the forest. So, Jay, I'm going to return back, and I guess I'm going to look for Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland is easy to find. He's off in kind of he's in the town square where sort of everyone's eating breakfast. Um, but he's sort of off to the side. He has a plate of food next to him, but he hasn't touched it yet. He is beside uh, Mar currently, who is sort of he's reciting to her, and she's jotting down his notes, his messages. He's kind of going over some numbers, you know, messages he needs to send to his commanders, and just going over supplies and what everyone currently has on them.
Okay. All right, I'll, Ireland,
What? Yeah, Delia.
have you talked to Eridol recently?
Um, no, I don't think I've talked to him since like before Brakvater, actually. Why? What's up?
Well, looks like he wasn't in his room last night, in bed last night, and I think he's wandered off.
Um, sorry. What do you mean wandered off? Like took a nightly stroll, or?
Well, didn't see anything, but there is looks like someone left, just not by the road. They just straight up went through the bushes into the wild, uh, which I guess is an Arizona thing to do.
Is it? Is this an Eridolish thing to do? Did he say anything to anyone? Talk to anyone?
No, no,
He
I didn't see him last night. Well, I didn't see him do anything. He went to bed with everyone else.
was what was how was he acting?
No, quiet. I mean, none of us were in a particularly good mood.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, well, I mean, his there's no reason to panic over this. His stuff is around.
No, no. That's why I was wondering if you kind of talked to him.
Um, what when you say no, what? No, his weapons? No,
Weapons,
hi-
equipment, backpack, and rations. If he did leave, he left well equipped.
so we suffered a loss. War was declared, and he is gone with
We are talking about Eridol. It's not that much of a loss.
everything. I meant Cat Squad.
Oh, oh
Um, but so Eridol is gone with all of his stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but he left the scroll. That's with you, right?
No, I thought that would have been with you.
No,
I can't do anything with that scroll. I don't want to do anything with that scroll.
Eridol was given the scroll as the company's druid.
That
Where is the scroll?
You're looking at the wrong person, boss.
You okay? I'm sorry. Arlen gets up and he marches over to the lodgings of Rat Squad. Just barges the door open. Eridol, Eridol, where are you? Everyone, up. Where's Eridol?
He's not here, clearly.
Did did Okay, I can see that. Thank you, Emily.
You're
Where
very welcome.
Did he speak to anyone?
Nope.
Nope.
What about all right, everyone, can I see your packs? Can I see everyone's? Show me all of your inventory, please. So he kind of he just grabs the nearest pack without even asking the person or a ton of that, and just kind of like empties it out onto the bed. I'll say it's Zico's, right? Just right next to Zico. He just empties it right on top of Zico's, right? He's still laying in the bed. He's looking through. He's like, okay, scroll's not here. Anyone else? Where is the scroll?
So wait, am I still in bed while this is happening?
Yeah, unless you choose to get out of bed now.
No, Zikos wakes up while Arland is looking through his bag. Boss, what the hell are you doing?
I'm looking for the evening scroll. I need the
Ugh.
evening scroll. This is
Why
important.
why do you think I would have it?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'm just begging, hoping to whatever divine being you choose to believe is up there. All right, I don't know, parched Luna. I don't care that he did not take the scroll with him. Okay, you can spit on my hospitality. You can steal my weapons, my armor, my food, my bedding. You can take my wages and just run off. You can do all of that, and I probably would have been lenient with you. Probably too lenient, to a flaw, honestly. But to actively sabotage not just me, but your comrades and allies? No, not happening. You you have to go get it. It's the only option. You have to get the scroll. This is
Sorry, could you run that back? You mentioned stealing your weapons and I got distracted.
this was not advice, Emily. Okay? Alright. I need do I have to worry about you? Are you gonna run?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Thank you, Zikos. Your opinion is very much appreciated. I need I need Rat Squad to go and collect Eridol. I need you to bring him back. I need you to get the scroll. I'll give you Snake Squad as support. And you know what? While you're at it, take Zikos with you. I have to reassign everyone from Cat Squad anyways. And your team could use a little bit more muscle, if I'm going to be honest.
Great, boss. Talk about a downgrade.
Zikos,
Excuse me?
just
What is so downgraded about being with us?
Well, I
Zikos
can think of a few reasons why.
Don't even come to his knees.
Zikos' neck, which is already like hurting from the like small bed, he like really aches as he has to look down to Dialia. All right. I'm not. This isn't a choice, Zikos. I'm sorry. You're going with Rat Squad. You're getting that scroll. Um, take Yata with you. Arland sort of like whistles, and in flies a three-legged crow from the open door. When you get the scroll, send me a message, right? Or give a message to Yata, and she will send the message to me that you have retrieved the scroll. Do not give her the scroll itself. Just send me a message, and then make your way back to rest. That's the home base where Captain Clover was, just to remind everyone. and we'll go forward from there. Understood?
Sure.
I guess so.
Um, at this point, Naia kind of sort of approaches Arland. Um, Sir Arland, I don't want to cause you any more trouble, but I'm not a soldier. I mean, like, I really appreciate you letting me stay with your company the last few days, but like, I can't go to war. I know I've always been meant to like stay and help, small towns like this one. I mean, sure. I mean, the last town I tried to help turned into a giant undead hellscape. That one wasn't my fault. That one was not my fault. All right. I guess maybe this might not have been the best time to. Uh, Arlen quickly interrupts Nio for science. It's all right. Like you said, you're not a soldier. I haven't paid or armed you. You don't owe us anything. I saw you saved Emily back in Fort Brakvater. You helped her escape the flood. That's enough repayment for me. Um, Naya kind of smiles at Sir Arlen. There's that. Thank you, sir. She then turns to the rest of Rat Squad. And, I know we haven't known each other for super long, but um, thanks for saving me from the undead horror show. And I've enjoyed what little time we have spent together. If you want, I can help you get the scroll back before we part ways.
I mean, ultimately, that's up to you. Like you said, you're not tied to the military at all, so you don't necessarily have to listen to this big wolf here.
I, yeah, but I don't want to just like abandon you guys. Not
You are free to do whatever you would like to.
all right.
So,
Well,
I'd like to help us. Go right ahead. If you want to go off now, then we'll manage.
okay, if you say so. Um, well, uh, thanks for everything, I guess. And Naya like awkwardly goes in for a hug to Emily and just kind of like awkwardly wraps around. Does Emily reciprocate or she just stands there?
She just stands there, just like, uh.
Um, no, anyways, since no you, she kind of leans down for Dialia. Or you know what? She kind of like puts her hand on Dialia's hair and like ruffles it a bit.
She does that.
And then she turns to Zikos and she goes, I I don't know you and you kind of terrify me. And
To be frank, a good thing that you're probably not coming with us. I
oh,
mean, it's probably too dangerous for someone like you, anyways.
okay. Well, nice meeting you too. I guess that's my cue to go. I good luck, guys. Hope you win that war. And she awkwardly makes her way out of the of the building. Um, Arlen gets another sigh. Yeah, all right. Well, go collect Snake Squad. They're having breakfast currently. And then when the Yatagarasu depart for rest, you guys go get Eridol. Can you do that?
Do we have a choice?
No, no, you don't.
Exactly.
Thank you. And he just
Like the illusion of choice, though.
he doesn't even he just walks out. He's Arlen is so done with this. Honestly, this whole week, this whole past couple of weeks, it's been the worst week of his life. All right. So he makes his way back to Mar and he starts crunching more numbers again. And so now it's just you three.
Okay, well, the tracks led that way, down the bush, but I'm not a tracker. That was kind of,
Neither am I.
that was sort of Jimble's thing. Pretty nice to still around, wouldn't it?
Let's hope that there's somebody in Snake Squad that's more competent than us.
Concur.
By the way, my name is Emily. It's nice to meet you.
Zikos. Then
Great.
Zikos just stares down into her soul.
Kind of just stare back. It's like, great. And she walks away.
He's very
walks
intense with his eye contact.
She's just like, okay, cool.
I have the feeling they're gonna be the best of friends.
Yeah.
Yelling gives him a little, fist bump, I guess, on the calf.
Calf. Said that.
So
And Zikos is looking around at this voice, completely forgetting that Dialia is as short as she is.
over here.
Well, well,
hand raised up to shake your hand, which must be, I guess her hand's probably the size of like a couple of your fingers.
yeah. Zikos looks down at Dialia and doesn't reciprocate, just says, and then he looks at both Emily and Dialia and says, "You guys better pull your own weight, because let me
She's
tell
gone.
you." Huh?
Emily's not here anymore.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. Oh, yeah.
Kind of ironic that he's telling her to pull her own weight, and she's already like working.
I just look up,
That-
so I look up at Zico and just with a smile. Oh, don't worry, big boy. I'm not the one you have to worry about pulling your own weight around here.
What'd you call me?
Big boy?
Don't ever call me that again.
Little boy?
What? Okay, I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't hear any of that. All right, let's go get Snake Squad. Get this scroll.
Doesn't like being a boy. So y'all make your way over to Snake Squad, who are currently still just casually enjoying their breakfast. They're in their own little huddle at the moment. Oh, you're back. Did you manage to find Eridol?
No, actually, we're here to recruit you on Arlan's orders.
Oh, something happened?
We're supposed to be setting out to go and look for Eridol.
Oh, okay. But he was kidnapped. I know he's small, but I mean, surely not.
Just told to find him. Does he?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. I guess we don't want the trail to go cold. Do we head out now? Have you guys had breakfast?
What is for breakfast? What's on their plates?
So currently, sort of Hema and Laurel are having like this kind of really thick stew with some kind of bread on the side, and Katari has kind of this a roasted vegetable plate kind of going on, a medley of greens and oranges, a couple of whites, no reds. I mean, they got stew. It's really good. If you
Mostly
if you eat
breakfast
meat,
first.
Well, I guess if you have to.
I mean, yeah, we might want to be like just like a little bit fast about it because I mean, an important part of tracking is being quick about it. Although, like, do we know when was the last time he was spotted? How fresh is the known track, anyways? Really?
Well, that's where having an actual tracker would come in handy for that.
I mean, Katari is a tracker.
Oh,
He's a ranger.
oh, okay.
So I guess we can see the trail. And how about because we're pretty much finished breakfast by now. How about you show us where it is, right? This trail you found, and then while you finish breakfast, we'll check it out. We'll regroup and then we'll head out.
Sounds good to me.
So do you want to show us where this
Okay, yeah,
this
yeah.
clue is or whatever? So I'm assuming Galia is going to guide them.
I'll guide him to the edge of the town and where the Eridol hole in the
Right.
bushes.
Right. So you sort of leave them to that, and you have your sort of breakfast. You quickly clean up, and once you're done, you meet back with them, and Katari goes, well, good news. This guy is super clumsy, so we should be pretty good for the most part. I mean, he's clearly been gone for a while, but if he keeps walking through the forest like this, we'll get there eventually. Um, and so you start making your way onwards through the forest.
I like that.
It takes a couple of hours, um, actually, and it can everyone roll a perception check.
Eight.
3.
My height betrays me again.
Any better, Zikos?
It was gone.
I do see that. Oh,
He got
that.
lost.
Oh,
Lost in the sauce.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay.
19, I guess. Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty good. Um, Zikos, you managed to catch at this point. Um, it's you have reached nighttime, right? The hours of day have turned to hours of night, and you were almost about to call it a night. You're about to set up camp and sort of rest for the time being. But Zikos, you managed to catch out of the corner of your eye Eridol. He's there, and he's actually making his way towards you. Uh,
I was going to say, did he just wander around all night to make it 10 feet into the forest?
no, it has been a full day. You are back to night. Um, he goes, uh, hey guys, what what's up?
Oh, there you are. Been looking for you.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so I might have messed up. Okay, yeah, I ran away. I know, but I didn't sign up for a war. Okay, I'm not even from Uwikia. It's not like illegal or something, right? To like fight for a different kingdom. I don't know.
Eridol, Eridol,
Yeah.
do you have the scroll?
Okay, so I was getting to that part. I accidentally took the scroll. I took the backpack with me because like of course I need to take like rations and I wasn't gonna leave my trusty shovel behind,
Get
right?
to the point, Eridol.
Okay, all right. So I found out, I saw the scroll at the bottom of the pack, and I was thinking like, oh no, that's not good. I need to return that. But like at that point, it was already day, and so everyone would have already known that I was missing. So there was no way I could go back. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just kind of like hide the scroll somewhere, bury it, and then I would leave like
What?
a clue. I was gonna leave a map, right? Because I knew like he would obviously send someone to come get me. So I made a really obvious trail, and you could find the scroll. But then I was thinking to myself, this is a really nifty scroll, right? And like I'm the only druid. I'm the only one who can sort of like open this thing and know how. So if I were to hand it back to the Yatagarasu, I mean Arlen would need me to open the scroll and let the divine whatever thing out anyways. So I thought I could just use the scroll. So instead of leaving the scroll behind, I just left the pound of flesh, whatever, and I kept the scroll and I walked away. Right. But then I felt really bad about that because like I'm already running away and I already taken all this stuff and this scroll is probably really valuable. So I went back to where I initially buried the pound of flesh, right? Because I was going to leave the scroll there. But then the full moon was out and it started crying, and then things just got really weird. Yeah, the moon started dripping onto the. It's. Yeah, you all look up and the moon's like perfectly fine. It's just like a full moon. It is a full moon. He was right about that part. Look, it's really hard to explain. I can show you. I can show you where it is.
Better remember where it is, you little runt.
I oh geez, this guy is big. Hi, are you my replacement in Rat Squad? They really upscaled, didn't they? Okay. Yeah.
Eridol,
And if you're the one who's here before me, I think it's probably better if you're make yourself scarce.
Oh, okay.
okay, well, first of all, we can't have him go scarce right now because we kind of need him.
I'd say he tells us where the scroll is, and then he gets out of here. This guy's not military material, anyways.
I'm happy with that. I'd really like that result. I'm down. All right,
Eridol,
guys, let's get it.
Eridol,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, this all could have been avoided if you just left the scroll.
I
Like, you
didn't
could
know
have
I
just.
had it. Okay, it was at the bottom of my pack.
I thought you were smarter than this, Eridol.
I I was a little bit panicked. Okay, I was a little bit panicked. It was kind of a rushed decision.
Alright, just show us where the spark and scroll is. Or show us where the spark and moon dripping or whatever it is.
Um, so Eridol uh, leads your little trio over to.
Subtle, subtle. Before Eridol walks away, I give him a nod and say, whatever you do, don't call the big guy a little boy.
I can imagine that wouldn't go well. Um, so Eridol carries you a little bit of ways down. It's about like a 1 hour march or something. And he eventually brings you to a small clearing where I've already shared the screen. A small clearing where a small river cuts into the road and opens up into a shallow pool. In the center of the shallow pool is a small island with a large stone that has an X subtly drawn onto it. X marks the spot. I did that. And directly above the island, in the night sky, is a large full moon, which the bottom of it just sort of droops down into like this massive teardrop. And it's kind of hanging what would appear to be sort of kilometers upon kilometers down.
Yeah, this is like from the actual moon in the sky.
From the actual moon in the sky, the same one that when you were looking at earlier looked totally normal.
By the way, Kim,
Yeah.
is there an option there to set it to nighttime?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
In the moon.
I kind of gave up on the whole writing thing because it was really annoying. Um, so the moon waxing away into droplets. Finally, and most noticeably, is the fist-sized pound of flesh, which is hanging off of a silvery vine that is tied to a massive, shambling mound of stuff. The creature is made of some strange amalgam of vegetation and flesh. Roots and leaves meld into bone and muscle, the changing of forms almost impossible to place, and the whole creature glows with a dim silver aura. Um, so yeah, that happened. Uh, the moon just like kind of like dripped down onto where I buried, the fleshy thing, and then that.
That came from it?
Yeah, it just kind of like grew out of the ground. As soon like the moon. Look, I know the moon looks normal from where you are, but I was here when it happened. The moon like split into two, like had this massive. The moon fell from the sky, okay, and then sploosh, and then it grew out, and now we got this weird anglerfish thing, right, dangling.
Eridol, your parents, like druids, they have medicinal herbs and stuff like that. Did you look up some medicinal herbs while you were walking around the forest?
I look, there is yes, okay, we may know a little bit about interesting medicinal herbs, all right. And from what I know about these interesting medicinal herbs, none of them make us see that. All right?
Well, maybe it's friendly. Have you tried talking to it?
No. Do you want to try doing that?
I'm not the druid nature spirit understander or the soul person here.
I
I am actually starting to go through George's bag there to pull out my crossbow.
Okay, well fine then. As the resident druid, whatever you just said person, no, you can't talk to that. All right? I'll kill it with fire. It's in water. That might not be the best way to kill it. But
You know fire spells all of a sudden?
no, I don't know any fire spells. Okay, but it's like a plant thing, right? You light plants on fire?
Um, actually, now that you mention it, I'll shoulder my crossbow and pull out one of my flasks of oil. Emily, we could always try using this and your little flame hands.
Hmm. Did Snake Squad follow us?
Snake Squad is with you, yes.
Kind of look at one of them. Didn't Arlen say something about the three-legged crow and sending him a message or something?
Uh, yeah, you mean Yata? Yeah, when usually we just send that to send a report, right?
That's more of a one-way type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he could send a report back, but I mean, we're definitely a day's travel away now. Yeah, Yata's fast, but it's still. I mean, we won't be getting any reply for at least 24 hours minimum.
Alright. Let's burn the thing. It's gross anyways.
What is it actually doing right now?
It's just sort of walking around in the shallow, shambling about in the shallow pool. It's not particularly aggressive or doing anything of interest.
Shall we try actually talking to it first?
Um,
Do you want to?
I'm not good with just upright coming out in front of creatures. That's not my specialty. What I was thinking is, how about you and I? We can go by the bushes, and if Eridol and Boss Boy here wants to go and talk to it, and if it makes any kind of bad moves, we'll bomb it.
I'm sorry. Who did you want to send into to talk to it?
You,
I
you're the nature person here.
I um. Oh, okay. Roll persuasion check. Not happening. Do you see that thing? Why are we even entertaining this idea? Clearly, it's out to destroy everything in the world. All right. It's a creature of death and destruction and chaos, and we should just murder it.
Okay. Well, here, how about this, Bert? If you have like your magic and things, can you just study it for a minute and maybe kind of divine its nature and stuff? And well, maybe forewarned is forearmed. Maybe just like instead of just running away from all your problems,
I,
how about we kind of look at this and study the situation?
okay.
By the way, uh, so I sort of while he's hopefully if he's not going to while he looks away, I kind of motion to Zekos to step back for a second and to come bend all the way down to us in the lower atmosphere. And I whisper, just grab him and take him over to him.
uh, Zico says gladly.
And then whisper to Emily, let's go behind the bushes.
Sounds good to me.
Wait, so is it just me? Is it just me doing this, or?
It would have. That seems to be the Alia strategy.
All right. Right,
Uh,
well, you guys seem to be acting like a bunch of pansies anyways. I'll go do it. And then Zikos pulls out his great axe in case the thing decides to attack.
okay. So you're gonna lift up Eridol? uh, can you do a strength check? Just I mean, it's gonna
All
be
right, then,
pretty
yeah.
easy, but
Yeah, I mean, my strength is probably the hang on, here we go. Come on. There we go. 11.
11. Okay, yeah. You pick him up. I mean, he's squirming. He's like, "What are you doing? Put me down. Put me down." But you manage to have a good grip of him. Uh, so what are you going to do with your elvish football?
So wait, is it what am I gonna do with him? You mean?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, little runt. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Do your little druid things on this thing, on this, or I'm tossing you at him.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, let me just. All right, all right. Let me just look through. I'm sure. Yep, I'm a druid. I can definitely. I can like create or destroy water. I I can give you guidance. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting from me, okay? I don't have talk to moon monster spell, okay? I mean, you can threaten me, and I'll probably give in to your threats, but there's only so much I can do with that. I mean, I'm limited by my physical and magical capabilities here.
Zico's tosses him aside and says, "Useless." Then Zico's walks closer to this thing, great axe in hand, and what does it do then?
Uh, so, uh, where do you want to go? You can like click and drag on your character, right, to show where.
Right. Oh yeah. Sorry. So he's in the bushes. I'm trying to see where I am. I can't find it. There's Emily and
Mostly open.
here it is. Here it is. Okay, so and is this some moon tear? Here we go.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the pool.
Yeah.
But like just to refresh the scene, is the moon still like dripping now, or does it just look like a normal moon?
It has another like teardrop. Uh, looks like it's slowly drooping down,
Oh, wait,
but
other.
it hasn't dropped down. It's one big glob that's like slowly oozing downwards.
Okay. Trying to remember how this works.
I believe you just click and drag on your icon to where
Oh,
you want.
I thought it was draw arrow.
No, no, no. Just in the normal viewer.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I guess I'm here then.
Okay. I'll let you do that. And you just put down Eridol next to you.
I ready a firebolt.
Okay. Um, so are you gonna do anything specifically uh to this Zikos? You're standing next to it. It sort
Mm.
of it spots you and kind of stiffens. It doesn't make any noise itself. All you hear is just like the shuffling of kind of the foliage that makes up its body. Um, and it has no real identifiable head. It has four bulking limbs and sort of a bulbous bit in which there's like that one vine protruding out with the fleshy mass at the end of it. And sort of that kind of swivel towards Zikos and Eridol.
It's holding the mass.
Yeah, it's like like an anglerfish, right? It has like a little thing drooping out. It is extended like quite a bit out. It's kind of a little flower at the top of its body. Um, and sort of upon seeing Zikos and Eridol, it just kind of slowly starts making its way over, sloshing through the water.
Okay, if they look like they're, I'm going to motion to Emily to come closer, and when she does, send her back to tell Eridol to start talking to it.
That's what I was trying to do before.
Um, hello, great moon spirit, or divine clump of flesh. How, how do you do? It does not reply or make any sort of sound of recognition, and just keeps moving its way forward. Is that like a threatening walk, a greeting walk? What? I'm feeling really intimidated right now. Uh, what?
If
You?
it if the thing makes any aggressive motion towards either of them, I'm gonna fire off a firebolt towards it. By the way, I'm readying my action.
Okay. It is moving towards them, but at kind of like a casual pace.
Yeah, not
It's
aggressive.
not okay. How are you feeling, Zikos here? Uh, just for context, this thing is, I don't know, like 10 feet tall,
Oh, so it's tall. So it's taller than me then.
12 feet
Okay.
wide. Yeah, this is a massive, um, just hunk of foliage and flesh, and it's hard to make out any true form, but it it outscales you, let alone Dialia and
Okay.
Eridol and the rest. This is a big, it's a large class creature.
All right.
So it continues to just slowly walk over. Um, Eridol is about. He's like, nope, I'm not doing this, and he's going to attempt to run away.
Okay. Um, Zikos freaking looks and goes and just calls him useless like he does. And then Zikos Zikos looks at the big globby creature with his great axe in his hand. He goes he kind of sort of pushes Eridol aside and says, as he says, "Oh, useless, that's not gonna work. You big ugly glob of flesh. You gonna do something to us or what?"
Um, it slowly walks up to directly in front of you and just sort of stands there. I'm assuming you glare back at it, posturing.
Yes.
Um, and it sort of, you can see it has like these two large kind of stumps of limbs and this big, large, bulbous body. And kind of it sits itself up straight, and then its entire body opens up and then reaches around you. And I want you to do a strength save.
Yes.
Emily would view that as aggressive.
Okay, I guess we're now.
All right. Strength save.
Okay,
Ooh.
well, it rolled a 3 and you rolled a nat 20. So you expertly dodge out of the way. And I guess we'll start straight with well, on the combat tracker, it's Dialia first. So Dialia, would you like to
Okay, yeah, I'm going to uncork the flask of oil and lob it on the creature.
Okay.
Um, I don't do damage with that itself, but I do get the surprise advantage. Oh, it would be a dexterity.
Yeah.
That's straight up dexterity.
Just dexterity check. Ooh.
I do get +2 to that. If that helps.
It does not. I am sorry. That does not hit. But you do splash right in front of it, and there is like a puddle of oil. I'm gonna do a little drawing. I'll do a little pointer. I'll say you create a little puddle there. Splash of oil. So you threw a little bit short. You got stubby arms. But it's still there. Next up is Emily.
Firebolt.
Okay. At the oil or at the creature?
Not the creature.
Okay.
16.
Okay, that does hit. So you will roll for half damage.
Alright, whatever this is halved. 1! It does 1 point because I rolled 2.
Okay. It seems very indifferent about the fireball that it was just struck with. In fact, the creature itself doesn't even react at all to having been hit. It just sort of continues on its way. Next up, we have Eridol, who is going to keep at a distance. He's like, I'm still here to help. And he kind of fires a little arrow shot at the creature and hits. There you go. Look at him. I'm not useless. Bam.
Nobody said you,
While the little runt does have some tricks up his sleeve.
That's not how you make friends.
Okay. So Snake Squad is here. The way I'm gonna have Snake Squad function for this combat encounter is there are 3 members. So I will say you have 6 advantages you can use for anything, and that will be them helping you accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. So they are not active members fighting,
I just realized
and that's for the entire combat encounter.
I had advantage on
Oh, it's too late. It's already happened. It's still used. The oil is still there. You can still, I don't know. You can lure it in. It does have fire resistance, but you can still lure it in. All right. And so we're gonna roll a new round. Hello? Here's my. All right. There we go. Okay. Sorry. A bit of lag. All right. Zikos. You are currently facing the giant moon tier, which has just attempted to swallow you whole.
Zico's yells, "Ugly bastard!" and then swings at it with his great axe.
Okay. You can roll to hit.
Okay, where is that?
So in your character sheet, under actions, it's a tab on the right side.
the writing's so small.
It is pretty small.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so you roll the d20 to see if you hit, and then you roll the second one afterwards, right?
Yeah. So you just roll
Right.
the d20 straight onto the creature.
All right. Right, so 10.
So that does not hit.
Oh.
Um, Now, because you didn't move, you still have that option, or you can do another action instead of move.
But the creature is not in the combat tracker.
Is it? Oh, gosh darn it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Is it? I am getting a lot of lag. Apologies.
Is this on my laptop?
Yep. There you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Sorry. I always find it strange how when you add to the combat tracker, it defaults to being invisible, even though like you just added it. But all right. So the moon tier is there. So you should be able to just roll on and have your damage calculated.
I'll try that with the crossbow and attack.
All right. So if it's still my turn, then like if I didn't hit it, what else could I do?
So you can choose to move, or you can forego your movement and do another action.
Well, keep in mind he has to do the disengage.
If you move, yeah, you'd have to disengage, which would cost an action, right?
It can be
All right.
bonus action.
Okay.
It cannot be. Only you get it as a bonus action because you're a rogue.
Yeah, okay. So you could try and run away, but it would get a swipe at you, or you can stand your ground and give it another swing.
I'm gonna stand my ground and try and give it another swipe.
Right.
All right. Let's see if it does it this time then.
That's a hit.
Sweet.
It's still activating on it.
So you can roll for damage.
Hmm. Wait, you said Jordan, you were saying that wasn't. Am I supposed to roll it onto the combat tracker or into the chat?
Roll it onto the creature in the combat tracker.
Oh, my bad. I didn't do that. Sorry.
If you select it as a target, you hit the target mode button on the top right side, and then click on the creature
Of the map.
on the map. Yeah, it should. Then when you roll, it should affect the creature itself. I was going to test that on my turn.
Oh, all right.
I guess for your attack, Karen will just manually enter.
Yeah, you can just roll for the damage.
Okay, sure. All right. So now do I put this one onto the combat tracker then?
Yeah, you can.
I tried it.
Yeah, it will work. You can roll just the straight damage onto the creature, and it will automatically apply. Oh my goodness, that's good. You accidentally attacked Snake Squad.
What?
So,
Snake Squad.
uh,
I didn't even put it on the. I put him over top of the.
there you go. I'll just there you go. Do that.
Wow.
I'll just move it over.
He's swinging a D12. Jesus.
It is doing.
Great axes are D12.
It's a big axe. Okay. Next up we have Dialia.
So I got my target selected. So let me just try rolling anywhere. See what happens with that.
Okay. Definitely a hit.
Attack crossbow at moon tier. Okay.
Yeah.
It did not.
It does not cut. No, you have to do the damage separately.
Okay, so I will. Why would she? Oh, because
Okay.
it's the sneak attack.
Oh, jeez. Look at you, just going hard.
Oh, and there's a D8. Are we exploding with the D8?
No, I mean you didn't roll a crit.
No, the D8 will
Oh,
maximum D8.
on the damage. No, for now we'll just do normal. But you still have your movement.
Oh, my movement. What's this rock structure I was
It is a massive rock structure. It's overtowering even the moon tier.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know, 20 feet maybe.
20 feet. So is
By the
there
way, what's the oh
is there a halfway up ledge?
Um, it it will be a check to get onto it,
That's
but
fine.
yes.
Well, I'll try to go halfway in the
Okay.
first move.
So roll your acrobatics.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll just sort of kind of do a little jump and leap from rock to rock. Where are my skills? I am a rogue. I am a halfway.
So you can re-roll. I'm gonna say it's not very difficult, and you just barely make it. You're not graceful, but you are up.
All these chances to try and be impressive, and they just never get the
Right.
rolls you want.
So I'm
uh
gonna.
I was just saying, quick question. On here, I'm just waiting. So, where's the creature's HP? Like, how do we know how much HP it has left?
So you don't know. All you know is that it is. You should see on the combat tracker it says its status is moderate.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it has a moderate amount of HP, but you don't know the specific number.
All right.
So Dialia, you've climbed up this rock. You're about halfway of its total height, around 10 feet, which means you are now um, equal height with the moon tier.
Okay.
So it can, I mean, it doesn't have eyes, but it can stare, so to speak, straight at you, type thing.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to do that for now, and
That's all you can do for now.
yeah.
All right, next up we have Emily.
I want to move here. I think that's within 30 feet, 5, 10. Yeah.
Okay. Now going through the tree is rough terrain, right?
Oh, I'll walk around the tree.
Okay. I mean, I think you can still do that in 30 feet anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, you're fine.
Moving the cloak aside. I don't know if Zikos knows I have a dragon arm. He knows now.
Zico's looks and goes, "What the hell is that thing?"
All right, it's rude. As electricity like crackles around me, I shoot my hand out, and there's a lightning bolt kind of whip that tethers between my dragon arm and wraps around, or attempts to wrap around, the beast as I attempt to cast Witch Bolt.
Mm.
Is Witch Bolt actually lightning damage?
Yes.
It is, okay. Um,
Um, that's like a 14.
14?
Yes.
That does not hit.
Cool. Good to know. Do I have any movement left? We didn't really calculate how much movement I used.
You have 30 feet total, right?
Yep.
So you did 20, and I think you were there. So I'd say no. You don't have
Yeah.
any movement left.
That's fine. I have my turn there.
Okay, you end your turn there. So I'm gonna make this little oil spill back. Next up, Eridol. Um, he is quite happy where he is, and is just going to pepper some more arrows down at the horrifying monstrosity. And it hits. So his first arrow pierces in to the creature, dealing a mighty 4 damage. And it.
Come on, Eridol, get out the shovel.
Are you kidding me? Do you see the size of that thing? I am not shoveling that at all. Alright, so now the moon tier is going to slam down, it raise a giant fist and slam it straight down onto Zikos. Where is Zikos on the combat tracker? Oh, you're all the way up there.
I'm right in front of it.
Yeah. Come on. Oh my god. Slams its massive fist and it crushes you for a whopping 16 damage.
Damn. Ah!
And it is going to attempt for a second strike. It's not going to move. It's just going to stand directly where it is. It hits again.
Wow.
A second.
Yeah. And deals another 15 damage.
Holy Jesus.
And it's
Jeez.
grappling onto Zikos' form. It's sort of its arm, which had like smashed into Zikos, it's now like growing vines out of it and sort of like grappling him and like trying to pull him into the creature's body. And we will do another round. The moon.
And it goes first.
And it goes first this round. So it is going to come on. All right. Make its way over to Eridol. Right? Dragging Zikos along with it, who's kind of like currently stuck in its maw. And going to attempt for another wicked strike onto the creature with a nat 20. Dealing
Critical, but rolls
a critical hit of 1. Now that critical hit didn't actually apply to Eridol.
Just went off.
It just says critical hit equals 1. I guess I'll just add that to my attack.
Something to note, by the way.
Yeah.
It did actually automatically roll damage. So it's only working for you, but it didn't get translated to the rest of us.
But it.
See what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know quite either. Now one thing is Zikos is currently at 0 HP.
Oh, well, good thing he's right next to our healer. Isn't that fortunate?
Great. Oh, perfect.
Uh,
my first fight, and I'm already dead.
well, you're not dead.
I know.
You're just being tested. So the way we do things is if you roll a d20, depending on what you roll, will change the type of knocked out you are.
I think I mentioned about the table, but yeah, now we get to see it. You have to see it in practice. It's D20 plus your level.
Yeah, D20 plus your level.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so wait, did you want me to do that now, or?
Yeah. Can you roll a D20?
So you just grab it. You just pick up a
Yep.
D20 from the bottom.
Yeah, and then so.
Okay. So that means you rolled an 8, which means you have been physically damaged in this encounter. So that the smash, it knocks you. You're like all discombobulated. You can still, I mean, you're grappled, so you can't really, but you have the capability of moving at half speed. You just can't perform any action, so you can't attack or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so really all you can do is try to escape. You're also like bleeding profusely and have a massive concussion.
Oh, perfect.
And in fact, this one, it's also, yeah, well, to be aware, this is, you're trying to get everyone to stop to end the fight.
This one is you can move away.
You can move away. Okay.
Yeah. Although you are currently grappled,
You can't.
so all you can do is kind of fight to free yourself. I'll say that's the only thing you're capable of performing. The moon tier has struck Eridol for a whopping 9 points of damage, which is minuscule, given what it is capable of. And Emily.
I'm going to move closer. Fuck. Fuck. I'm going to pull out the tree branch that was struck by lightning that we got way back when. And I'm going to use that as almost like a what's the word? You know, like the camping thing, and you smash the nail. Is there like a specific word for the nail that holds up tents? Yeah.
Oh, you're
So
gonna use it
essentially,
like a lightning rod? Is that what you're trying to do?
kind of. And I attempt to cast Witch Bolt again.
Okay.
No, as an extension.
17.
That hits. You can now roll for healing.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, there's healing with that.
Wrong healing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think that's the case in this instance. Thankfully, low roll. 3.
You rolled it. Oh, okay, great. So the lightning strikes the moon tier, and it ruffles through all of its feathers, and it sort of grows a little bit stronger, invigorated,
Oh,
Not Emily's healing.
and it heals for 3 points of damage.
Great. Cool. Awesome.
Healed with lightning. It's immune or resistance to fire.
All right, Dialia.
Jesus.
I'm using the rest of my movement to move back, by
Oh,
the way.
yeah.
To move away.
Your other 15, just right back to where you started.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so I mean, it's still with the crossbow from up on high. They will be advantage with that.
Okay,
Somewhere in there.
that's definitely a hit.
One of the things, if Eridol goes down, I lose the advantage. Oh my god.
5 points of damage. All right, come on, you got to do better here.
oh my god.
That did not do this sneak attack. Well, I get another d6 on that.
Okay, well, there you are. Okay, I'll just do that. And if you're not moving, you have the ability to,
Yeah, can I make it to the rest of the top of the rope?
with another acrobatics check.
Yeah, okay. That should be too difficult. Now is my turn to be impressive.
Okay,
And
DC 12 is what I'm giving you.
There we go.
Oh, all right, yeah. Hey,
I do a vault
Yeah, you're actually like fired your crossbow while doing the vault as well, like a moving. So it was unnecessarily complex, but it looked good,
I gotta make up for that almost falling on
right?
my face the last time.
Zikos is like being half sucked into this giant mound. He's barely conscious, can't even think right. He's like, oh no, oh man, that was pretty cool. Oh no, that's it.
Exactly.
All right. Um, now, reminder. Um, you have free advantages you can use, right?
Oh,
Off of Snake Squad. You have 6 sets of advantage divided amongst all of you for the entire combat encounter. Um, which you might want to utilize.
also, who do you or I guess Zico's kind
Uh,
of screwed.
it is Zikos' turn. Um, pretty much all you can do, Zikos, is cry for help and attempt to break free of the.
Well, you use one of the advantages on it.
You can use one of the advantages.
I will use one of the advantages then.
Okay. So do a strength check.
Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm trying to hold my phone while it's charging with one hand and doing this with the other hand. This is just really. All right. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, strength check.
Your
Come
your
on.
DC is 14.
There we go.
Okay, but you have advantage. You can try again.
Do another strength.
Yeah.
All right. Come on. Yes.
What did happen?
Did you roll it?
I did.
It sounded like you got a good number, but it didn't show up.
Wow, it was a 20.
It was a 20. You know what? I'll be nice, because it's your
Someone is
your
like,
first
yeah,
day with us and you're already being murdered.
it's like I finally roll a good number and you don't see it.
But isn't that just par for the course that everyone gets the crap beat out of them in the beginning of
Uh,
this campaign?
so you managed to break free, just barely, and like stumbled off to the side.
Mhm.
Um, and I will say that is it for your turn. Eridol,
Am I able to move or am I just lying there?
no, that's it for your turn. You managed to break free, and that was it.
All right, cool.
Eridol, in a bout of courage, makes his way over and casts Cure Wounds on Zikos. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna let you die. All right. Come on, laptop. Me? Can I just click and drag you? I cannot. No. Okay. So you are going to heal for. Whoops. Okay. 3 plus. Where are you? 10 HP. Uh, Zikos. So you are. There you go. So you're stable. Now you are still currently out of combat. But you are now stable enough. You can move at. Well, okay. You're not out of combat. You just have disadvantage on everything you do. So
Oh, me? Okay, great.
if you really want to get in there, you can try,
But you can also move away now.
but you can move away with full speed. Um, and that will be the entirety of Eridol's turn. And we'll move on straight to Emily.
I don't have anything that's effective against this guy.
You're all fire and lightning.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
You throw a big block?
Not my style.
You have a crossbow
Uh,
and a shield spell.
yeah. I just kind of pinch the bridge of my nose as I jog over here, and it's like, oh, fuck this shite.
And you do have advantages for a few attacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any spells that might do something effective.
All of this magical power thrumming at the tips of your fingers, and you're like loading a crossbow.
Yeah, I just load a crossbow and I shoot a crossbow bolt because level 2, 23.
That's definitely a hit.
7 points of crossbow damage.
Oh, wow, okay, that's pretty good.
And I slide back to where I was before because I'm a sorcerer.
Then we go to Dialia.
I was going to say, I know we can also take like partial cover maybe around like the rock, although we're all range and it's a melee creature, so I think we're pretty good for the meantime. But yeah.
That's my specialty, staying far away as heck.
Eridol kind of shouts out and he's like, "Hey, if you guys can distract it somehow, I can pull Zikos away."
Okay, I'm going to. This is I'm safe, relatively.
You are taller than it now, right? It's
it's the big one now.
It's 10 feet tall, and you're at a 20-foot height.
All right, so I'm going to. I guess I could try it for persuasive taunt. Hey, you ugly bag of sticks. We're the ones that get to beat up those guys. You take me on.
So, you want to do a persuasion check? Or is that intimidation? Are you going for it?
Really going to try. I guess it wasn't exactly set up for persuasion. Should I restate that for persuasion?
I should have said this instead.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Intimidation. We're good
now. Okay. You get a 15. You know what? I'll make it roll a charisma save and see if you can beat that. Yes.
-3. Ooh, not very charismatic.
No, I mean look at this thing. It has a divine pound of flesh as a lure. It's not.
That's harsh. I'm sure it's very nice on the inside when it's not trying to eat our comments.
So at hearing your insult, it's sort of seeing Zico pretty much totally incapacitated and Eridol bordering on death as well, just claims those as non-threats and turns over to face you, Dialia, and it makes its way over. Oh, it can get right up there. Whoop, whoop, I don't want to draw a second pointer.
I hope it can't fly.
So there it is. Oop, I'm gonna no. Sorry. And I am going to say that is its turn. It can't do anything else. Eridol, meanwhile, is going to drag Zikos further off to the edge and give you. He's gonna be like, okay, all right, Zikos. I'm really hurt. You're really hurt. Okay, I can give you another cure wounds. But if I do that, there is no way I'm going back into combat. All right? Or I can heal myself and try and help your friends.
Just heal me, you little runt.
All right. Jeez.
Nice.
Fine. You know.
This is not how you win friends and influence people, by the way.
Oh, there you go. You heal for 13. Which actually brings you back to full health.
Oh, beauty.
Now you still have disadvantage though.
Okay, just as a question, so what does that mean then?
It means anytime you roll a d20, you're going to roll 2 d20s and pick the lower number.
Oh, okay.
This, if you notice in the bottom left, James, there's a little dis button. If you click on that, it'll do the double roll automatically whenever you do your attack and skill checks.
Oh yeah. There's Yeah, it's it's on the bottom left of the
A fantasy grounds.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most left bottom thing of the entire app.
Oh, yeah, I just hear it just says modifier 0.
But just beside that, there's a little disc.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. So next up is Zikos. You're up.
All right. Oh, what I'm gonna do is definitely see that we've underestimated this creature. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, because Zikos is hot-headed, but he's not stupid. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna stay where he is, and he's gonna try a. Let's see, where is it? Here we go.
Right, not stupid at all.
He will try to throw a javelin and see if he can hit the creature with that.
Okay.
By the way, with the barbarian, maybe kind of late for raging after you just got your raise like that.
Yeah, that's right. I have raging.
Right now it's rage with a concussion, so I'm not sure how effective that is.
No,
It's probably the most rageful moment, though, in all honesty.
I'm getting a headache just thinking of it.
What does rage do? Advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Make a melee weapon attack. Using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll as you level. And you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Oh yeah, that could have been very useful.
Get angry at me for calling you an innocent name and totally fine with this monster eating your face off.
Have you thrown your javelin, Zikos?
Yes. Yeah, I was just trying to see what he was doing here. All right. Let's do this then. And then.
Oh, and you're down to 5 snake squad advantages to use.
Got 15.
Oh, well, even with disadvantage, you still hit it.
Sweet. Let's see for how much damage then.
He's like seeing 3 different moon tears in the distance. He's like, you know what? It's a big enough creature. It all kind of melts together.
He's like, how many of them are there?
Wow, that is a lot of d20s. But that's not the
I don't know what
javelin
happened
damage.
there.
Yeah.
Huh?
It does 3 d20s. This is the most powerful javelin in the world.
I guess so.
No, it should be a d6 plus 2.
Sorry.
It should be a d6 plus 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here we go. I'll do that again. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay. I also hit the wrong button.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
He's an Eridol, apparently.
Did that
Okay,
go?
I keep putting the dice over the moon tier and it never seems to hit it.
It's okay. I'll move it. How much damage you do? 7. Okay. Um, then we go to all right, and we will go to the next round, which goes straight into Dialia.
There we go.
Remember, you have 5 advantages. You can feel free to use.
Yeah, I guess I am going to take one now so I can get my surprise strike. Because no one is next to the creature in combat. So there's
22.
22. Cool.
Okay, that's definitely a hit.
And now if I go on the where's the monster? Oh, there's a monster. Okay, let me try this.
Ooh.
The monster. To the moon here. There we
Yeah,
go.
it worked. Bam.
Oh, and a d6.
Plus a d6. Okay.
Will that work as well?
No, you can't just
have to
roll a
do it
generic.
separate.
I'll add the d6
So this is what-
just 2. Okay.
Okay, so I have to look into enabling. Oh, here it is.
Uh,
Okay, I have to specifically enable it.
now you still have actions you can perform,
Um,
and you're down to 4 advantages.
this may be getting too dangerous, but I'm going to continue to persuade it to stay attacking me. Can I do that? No, that's a full action. I'm just
Hey,
gonna,
free speech. Oh,
okay, I'm just going to skip my move then and say, come on up here and you can have a tasty treat.
wow, you're really going. All right. I mean, it's still on you.
If it understands. I hope it can't climb. That's for sure.
Okay, it's Eridol's turn. Whew, okay. Eridol he's like, all right, I'm just gonna, you know what, Eridol, he's gonna pull out his bow. He's gonna go for another shot, and he's sort of like looking at Dialia, which has the creature is kind of like leaning against the rock, sort of. It hasn't gotten to. You don't know if it can or can't climb yet, sort of there, but its head is pointed out and it has its little kind of silvery vine hanging off, and he's like, just grab the fleshy bit and let's get out of here.
Is that range?
And he's gonna fire at the moon tier with advantage apparently. Why? Okay. Either way, he doesn't hit. Why did that have advantage? Advantage isn't selected, is it? No. Okay. And he's gonna go for another bolt because he's not moving. Oh, it thinks he's on disadvantage because Zico accidentally killed him. I'll change that status effect. Remove that. So in that case, if he didn't have disadvantage,
I'm
he
gonna take
would.
my rage out on you, even though we're trying to defeat this monster.
So he actually would have hit in that case. Let me pull up Eridol again, and you do a mighty 6 points of damage. Okay. Next up is the moon tier, which is going to attempt to shamble its way up the rock.
Oh,
And it is going to do. It's going to have the same. Actually, it's much bigger and bulkier than you are, so I'm going to say it has a higher DC than you. Right.
40 pounds.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So I'm gonna give it a DC 16 acrobatics check. All right, and so it rolls and fails.
Okay.
All right, it's just clambering at the edge.
Made me nervous for a second.
But because it's foregoing an action, it has another movement. And so it tries again
Oh.
and fails miserably.
Oh, that was well and
It's
close on the 15.
it's really it's still all like wet from the water, and so it's just slipping and sliding. It's not getting a strong foothold. It's quite massive as well. It doesn't, it can't wedge its tiny little halfling feet and fingers into the nooks and crannies of the mountain like you can. And so we now move on to Emily lightning everything Asphic.
Seeing it come up, I'm just like, not my problem. Shoot another crossbow bolt. It does not hit because it's like a 13 or something.
Okay. It has an AC of 15.
Yeah.
So not a hit.
Not a hit.
Okay.
And I will use the rest of my action to get as far away as possible, because again, I am a sorcerer with limited spell slots.
Where do you want to move to?
Here.
Okay. Just piecing out. Next up is Zikos.
all right. Okay, so before I go, I was just quick question. So, because before when I used my great axe, I used it twice. So, am I allowed to use it once and then move?
Yeah, so you can do one action and move, or two
Two
moves,
actions.
or two actions.
All right. Well,
Well, instead of a movement. Homebrew.
oh, but wait, if I, I'm gonna have to move towards it. I have to move I can't use two.
I'm
Means I have
being
to.
nice here.
Means I'd have to move towards it, use it, and then I can't move back yet. Oof. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try another javelin throw. I think. So, 'cause I think that play is a bit too. Despite the fact that my great axe can deal a lot of damage, this seems a bit too risky in this situation. So, I will.
Just everyone's keeping their distance, pelting whatever ranged thing they have. There's all these
Yeah.
arrows and bolts and javelins sticking into its back. That does not hit. Your javelin just misses tragically off to the side. But you still have your movement.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna try and. I'm pretty far away from it as it is. It seems to be targeting Dialia, so I'm gonna try another javelin throw.
Okay. Truth. Ooh, that is not good. Uh,
What
uh,
happened there?
so you rolled a fumble, and apparently we have something that has automatic results.
Yeah, you can just ignore that.
Yeah, I am just gonna ignore
Okay.
that.
Right. So yeah, it looks like I didn't hit it either. So
I'm going to say, you throw the javelin, and it just goes way off its mark, smashes into the stone, way too close to comfort for Dialia. And just from the way you hit it, the javelin actually snaps in half, and it is irrecoverable. You're now down 1 maximum javelin. And we're going on to the next round, which starts immediately with Emily. And I just want to say that this moon tier is currently touching the oil spill. I know it's kind of iffy on the screen, but I'm going to say it is. It has a toe dipped in there.
Cool. I mean, even if it's covered in oil, that doesn't do much in the way of the resistance. So I'm gonna shoot another crossbow.
Yeah.
I was going to say, but it would continue to burn on the next round. While it's in the oil spill.
He did say toe, though. Yeah. So even if his toe gets burnt, he can just move his toe. Oh my god.
And you do have 4 advantages for you to use for the combat.
Use one of the advantages. 18.
That hits.
Um, 8 points of piercing damage on the crossbow.
Wow. Okay. Okay. 8 points. Okay. That is that.
Okay. Using the rest of my movement to move backwards, but keeping an eye.
As you go to line up your crossbow shot, the cleric of Snake Squad kind of gives a blessing to your bolt, and it glows a soft white light as it fires off and pierces into the creature, which then proceeds to make no sounds because it has no mouth. But it looked like it hit hard.
Just reminds me of the meme where it's like, I wish to scream, but I have no mouth.
I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Yes.
All right, Dialia? Yeah, it's been hanging out.
Okay, so this, how far down is it to the creature and the mass?
Okay, so I said, all right, the creature was 10 feet tall and 12 feet wide, and it's kind of like trying to lean up to try and get to you. So I'm going to say it's risen up 12 feet, and its little vine, I'm going to say, is another 2 feet. So it is 14 feet high, and you are at 20 feet.
I'm at 20 feet, so it's 6 feet down. And to grab, and what is this little whip tendril that it's on?
It's just like a thin little vine. It's not, from what you can tell, it does not appear prehensile or particularly strong. It's just a dangly bit.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay.
You know what you're supposed to do, and you do not want to do it.
I have actually altered what were one safer, less likely, no less mechanically possible. But all right, fine. It's what it's got. What I have to do. I'm going to yell out, "I hate you, Eridol," and I'm going to jump down to the creature and I give like a little flip as I try and twist over to grab the vine and rip off the mask.
Okay. So wait, can you describe to me exactly what you're trying to do here?
I'm going to jump downwards to grab the mask and then do a flip over to try and land on the creature.
Okay, so you're gonna use its little kind of antenna style thing as like a rope swing to make your way through. Is that what I'm sort of getting?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I will give me an acrobatics check. I'm gonna give you a DC of I'll give you a DC 16 for complete success and a DC 13 for partial success.
Okay. We have extra advantages to wait. I'm going to take one of the advantages.
I think that's fair enough for an action like this.
Just in case. The consequences of failure means I'm hitting the creature. So there we go. Hey, I do get to roll up that one over.
You get to re-roll that one. Does that work? If you have advantage, do you get to re-roll the one still? Even if you have a non-one? Let's just say yes. Why not? For now, the answer is yes. Wow. Wow, aren't you happy I said that? Okay. So, yeah, you do it perfectly, right? You jump down, you grab onto the fleshy bit, swing across. It kind of like has a bit of tension to it, so it's like a bungee cord pops you back up, and then you land like directly on top of the whole creature, and you have the fleshy bit in your hands.
Oh, okay, so now I get. Do I get my second movement? What are you doing?
Yep.
Okay, the second move is I'm going to now do a roll down the side of the creature and get the hell out of there.
All right.
How far can I move with that?
Well, you know what? We'll just say that all of this contributes to your 30 movement. So to get onto it was a total distance of 10 feet. So you can get 20 feet away from the creature.
Hell,
Or what, 15 feet. So you can go 15 feet away from the creature.
I'd run to you guys.
And while you do this, I'm going to have you roll another acrobatics check. Because there's a whole bunch of spines and brambles, and like this isn't a solid mass of creature, right? It's like a whole bunch of plant mush made together. So there's a lot of, just empty like leaves where your foot can fall in. And stuff. So if you can roll me another acrobatics.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your 17? Yeah, all right. I'm happy with that. Man, you are acrobatic.
Well, that's why the flip in there. I get the little flair to it.
Okay. And that leads us to Zikos.
All right. Okay.
Oh, and you have the fleshy bit with you, right? Okay, so like you plucked it out?
Yeah, no, I took it and ran.
Okay.
I was hoping the creature would just
Sorry.
disassemble.
Yes. Well, I need to add something because for some reason, I just assumed you ran away, which doesn't make much sense.
The whole point of this.
uh,
So impressed with my rap. Yeah.
I'm out of here. Yeah, so you just kind of like pluck the thing out quite easily, actually. And as you do that, it doesn't make any animalistic sounds, but the whole thing sort of shakes and vibrates, and it just sheds all of its leaves and foliage and all of that. And so it's now just a mixture of like twig and bone. There's no more like
there was animal creature in it.
yeah. When I originally described it, it's a mixture of plant mush and animal mush all mixing and merging with each other. And so anything that's sort of soft, so all of the muscle, the fat, the leaves, the foliage, all that kind of sheds away. And now it is just kind of this bony stick-like skeleton. And I am going to say you do that to it. So it is now critical. It is very unstable, right? Because it's now like walking on like these like sort of stilts instead of like a solid foundation.
Actually dead or...
But no, it is still kicking, but it is looking worse for wear and a lot less threatening. It's also, as all of that clump of leaves and muscle kind of drip down. Um, so did like that silver aura it had stays with the stuff that fell down, and all the wet dampness it had also all just shed away.
Emily, light it up.
But it's Zico's turn.
All right. Well, if it's critical, then and there isn't really much. I actually do have one question though. Is that in for if I'm still in disadvantage, is there any way to get out of that, or am I like that for the whole uh the whole fight?
So you have to take a short rest to get out of your current disadvantage.
Long rest with the result of 6.
It was 8. It was,
But
it's still
it's the lower hand.
okay. Yeah. So you need a long rest then to recover. So pretty much this whole combat you have disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. So I guess if it's at critical, then I guess I'll move towards it.
Okay. Can you make your way all the way over there?
I'm just gonna...
What just happened there? Yep. Okay, you can make it.
Oh,
There.
for some reason, it's moving the. Sorry, it was moving the screen while I was trying to move the thing.
Yeah. Sometimes it like the hitboxes for selecting things are quite precise, so you can like just miss it by a bit and you start dragging the
Yeah, it was
screen.
moving the screen, but yeah. So and then I will, if I move towards it, I'm just gonna. Despite my luck, this creature doesn't seem like it can take much more. So I will use my axe to hopefully take it out. All right.
With disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you have both advantage and disadvantage. I guess, do you want to consume one of the Snake Squad advantages to just have a normal roll?
Wait, did I not just roll?
You did roll, but you have both advantage and disadvantage, so it's just like a normal roll. Which, if you want, you can do that.
Okay, well, I mean, but if I only rolled one and it says here it's 17, like, cause I would have thought if I had disadvantage I would roll 2, right?
Yeah, so disadvantage makes you roll twice and you take the lower number. Advantage makes you roll twice and you take the higher number. So they just
Wait,
cancel each other out.
so I have advantage and disadvantage at the same time.
So you accidentally had it selected.
Okay, all right.
But
So yeah, I'll use one of the advantages from Snake Squad and just
there
have
you
this
go.
be my roll if that's possible.
Yeah, that is possible. And so in that case, you hit, right?
All
You
right, let's
bring your
roll.
giant great axe over your head, barely holding up on your 2 feet. And as you bring the great axe down, you basically just like fall into your own swing, right? You just collapse like your whole body into it.
The in the words of Emily in the just 10 gold thing, you ugly mother sparker.
There you go. And you do 9 damage. Oh, so as you bring down on it, you just cleave off an entire one of its forelimbs, right? And it just kind of collapses onto itself. It's like this tripod state now, but it is still just barely moving.
Oh, damn it.
And conveniently, it is its turn. So
Oh,
I
yay.
am going to give it disadvantage on its coming hit, and it is going to attempt to swing at you. But as it does, it kind of like, because it doesn't have that fourth limb now to hold it stable, it just commits its whole body to the swing and collapses down next to you. And it totally fumbles. It just collapses next to you in a clatter of bone and wood. A lot of kind of like its intertwining parts kind of lock into each other, and it's not even able to fully stand up anymore, as it's kind of just getting stuck in its own congealed mass of a body. And so Eridol,
God, it's still going.
Eridol's going to charge in with his shovel
Yes, the
at the very
shovel.
end, and he's going to go, screw it! Ah! And he's going to charge in. He's going to cast Shillag on it as well to give himself that extra, to turn it to a D8 weapon. It glows with his natural power, and he is going to smite down the creature and completely misses. And completely misses. He trips over his own feet right at the very end, and the shovel just slams down next to the moon tier. And so now both he's like lying down right in front of the moon tier. They're like face to not face, and he just goes, "Uh-oh."
Oh no, the shovel failed us.
And we do another
Oh,
round.
no.
Let's go straight to Dialia.
Oh, and I may have microphone problems. I don't know if everyone else is hearing me.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. I'll check on stream if that's working out in a second. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, and it's still okay. So it's got lots around. So I'm going to. Well, first of all, what happened? So I've got the googe in my hand.
Yeah, it's in your hand. It has like this attached vine to it as well. No,
So I'm going to
it's very whip-like.
run
Wink,
over
wink.
here and drop the googe in disgust and just like trying to compose myself enough to take a shot with my crossbow. Just like gagging at the same time.
All right.
I do get advantage because there's a lot of people right next to it.
And
That should be
25. All right, you definitely hit.
And let's see if my backstab is working. It is, although that's such a roll.
It's enough though.
Oh,
Your final
finally.
bolt shoots through and just cracks just the right piece of wood. It like splinters this one twig near like the center of its body, and then the whole thing just kind of caves in on itself, and it doesn't move after that. It's now just this pile of wood and bone on the ground. Off in the distance a little bit is another pile of silver glowing leaves,
Oh, okay, well, that's interesting.
with some fleshy bits in there as well.
Break time on that?
I mean, this is pretty much the end of the
Or do you
session,
want to push forward to just end it?
so we can. I mean, if everyone really wants a break, we can, but it would be like a 15-minute break to then do 15 minutes more, and then we're done.
Might
I'm
as well
down to
just
keep
finish
going.
What was that, Ray?
Might as well just finish it.
Okay. So in that case,
So apparently stream can't hear me
at all.
at all. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know the source of the issue. Well, I mean, we still have your audio file itself,
I
so
guess we'll get it together in post.
we'll get it together.
Fix it in post.
There you go.
Fix it in post. That's everyone who's in any sort of film or music. Just fix it afterwards.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, but for now, continue. You have the pound of flesh. You have a another pile of flesh and leaves, and you have a pile of bone and wood. A half unconscious Zikos an exhausted party, and a little three-legged crow standing off to the side.
What was this about the three-legged crow, anyways?
It's the messenger bird of the Yatagarasu.
Oh, I see.
It's been
Come
mentioned
to see us
before.
off.
Well, Arlen commanded you to give your report of your mission to the crow
Oh, I see.
to send back to him.
Okay, so
It sucked.
that's our report. It sucked. Okay, I'm going to. So I'm going to pick up the glob.
Now I can't. Now I can't hear Jordan.
Oh, I'm out again. Okay.
Wait, at all? Because I can hear you, like through Discord, I can hear you.
Okay. Chat's having.
I can't hear him at all for some reason.
And you can hear me through Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm confused. Well, let's just finish off then.
But if he can't hear you, that's gonna be very hard.
It's too. We can't switch to the Omni mic.
I'm not seeing his little green thing on Discord. I'm not seeing it light up at all.
Oh.
Okay, well here you
can you see it,
and
Ray?
Yeah, I can hear him.
You can hear him. Okay, so it's just on your end. Have you maybe accidentally muted him? You can just right click on his.
I haven't touched anything.
It's very weird. Okay.
That's odd. I haven't touched anything.
Well, let me check something. Just relay to him that I'm just going to take the glob on the vine over to the group and like to wrap it in the scroll casing we've done with before.
Okay. So Dialia is going to take the pound of flesh that she had stolen and or reclaimed, I guess, and sort of rejoin the main group, kind of just carrying it in her hand at a distance, maybe just holding the vine thing. It's kind of dangling there and doesn't really want to touch it if she can at all avoid. Eridol kind of looks at the rest of you all and goes, "Okay, well, great. That was all fun. All that. I think this is the perfect opportunity for me to head out. Right?
Go, shoot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wish you guys the best." And
You're runt.
he just scurries away. Snake Squad kind of look at the rest of you like, should we have really let him go? Is that going to be an issue?
Probably. It'll be real funny seeing Arland deal with the scraps.
I mean, I love messing with Arlen as much as the next guy, but he's kind of been through a lot recently. Maybe we should cut him a bit of a break.
I mean, I think we've all been through a lot.
Yeah, I guess. All right, well, I guess we will send the report. We got the weird fleshy thing. That's the most important bit.
On the scroll.
And you kind of look, and just Eridol goes, "Look, almost forgot it," and just chucks the scroll back at you guys, and then pieces into the bush, disappearing.
Has anyone picked up the leaf, the silver leaves?
No one has picked up the glowing silver leaves and muscle. Yeah, it's a mix of stuff.
Ugh.
Mostly leaves though.
I'm going to call over George, which was sleeping under a tree while all this was going on.
He's not a war dog. He's not a war dog. He saw what was going on over there. And he's like, no. It was actually quite easy for him to do because the giant moon tier didn't make any sound, right? Other than its shuffling body.
I don't really think he makes a good dog. He does handle bags.
Okay, so what's George going to do?
So I'm gonna, I guess, take apart some rations in
There, uh, to open up the cloth and put the leaves and bones, a sampling of it, just to wrap it in and kind of put it back into the bag.
Okay. George just has this completely dumb, nonplussed face as you shove this disgusting, grotesque mass into his little like saddlebags, whatever. He just does not care. He's happy. In fact, a part of him he's like eyeing the pile and he's debating. It's like it it kind of looks like vegetables, so he doesn't want to eat it, but then it also looks like there's some really gooey meat in there. And it's looking, there's a little bit of drool at the edge of his mouth as he kind of eyes it.
And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to collect up any of my arrows I can find. Yes, waste not, want not.
Yeah. I'm assuming Zikos also collects his javelins, although you only have 3 javelins now since one of them broke in combat.
Shattered, yeah.
And so the Yata, the 3-legged crow off in the distance, sort of sees that you guys have cleaned stuff up and kind of flies over and lands on Zikos' head as the highest perch it can get, and kind of just sticks out its middlemost leg, just kind of waiting for you to put your report down on it. It has like a little red ribbon tied to the leg already.
Anyone have pen and paper?
Zikos looks extremely irritated the longer that the bird is on his head. He's visibly just getting more and more annoyed with the situation.
I got to take a picture of this for my Snapchat.
Dahlia would not know about Snapchat. That is not canon. Snake Squad.
That sounds pretty meta. Yeah.
Snake Squad does have some parchment and quill. And like, all right, I guess we just say Eridol. We didn't find Eridol, I guess, and we got the
Eridol was
scroll.
killed in action.
Okay, all right.
Oh, well, that's a little grim.
Then we buried him and took the scroll. It'll make Island feel bad. It'll be funny.
Okay, I'm down with that.
All right, it's what gets burned down. All right, so
Yes.
Snake Squad writes down that Eridol was killed in action, but the scroll and the pound of flesh was collected, which they are separate now, right? And as none of you are druids, none of you can seal the flesh back. You do have the scroll and the flesh are separate entities which cannot be remerged. But you, Snake Squad writes it down, ties it onto Yatta, and Yatta flies away off into the distance.
That bird was on me for 1 more minute.
It would have pooped on you.
You're not that great at becoming friends with people, Zikos.
No, I think we'll be great friends, right, big boy?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Best of buds.
And so, as Dialia sort of attempts to cup her arm around Zico's leg, yeah, like trying to tap his back, but really just only getting like the inner calf or whatever, and they walk off into the rising sun. The curtain closes on this episode of Rat and the Broken Chalice.
I see some retconning in that ending scene. But
I was gonna say as the curtains closing, see kick off a Diali off his leg like a soccer ball.
That sounds more realistic. Okay. And so there you go. That was the session. Wow, I don't even remember what I called this session. Something about a crying moon.
It's the tears of a dying moon.
Of a dying moon. I see. And so you have reclaimed your weird little pound of flesh thing. You're returning on your journey back to Brask to meet up with Yatagarasu, and everything's looking bright for the future. Full of
Yeah.
war,
This is
famine.
bright for the future.
All right, maybe not. Maybe there's a few kinks to sort out in your next couple of days. So unless anyone has any final things they want to say, I believe I will end the stream there. We'll say goodbye to our hundreds of thousands of viewers. Or 5.
Hey, we have
You
we have
5 people
Jacob
are
here.
awesome, though.
Okay. So goodbye,
Right.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
And I will end stream.
Right.